All right, we're back to this bullshit. I don't even know what to say. JP the third, VNSNow.com. I expected bad. I expected to be scraping the bottom of the barrel, but we're going so far beyond the bottom of the barrel now. I'm just like, this is just okay. We're going crashing into the end. I'm assuming of this route. This would have to be the end of this route. I would hope so. I don't think I could take much more of this route. This badly written mystery / thriller that's wearing the skin of right now. Because I can think of some bad mysteries and thrillers. And this thing just... And the thing is, the other route, it's about the same level of stupid. There's no coordination, there's no build to a climax or any sort of logical thinking. It's just, let's do some random bullshit. The only thing you people are really... It's like Tilly is saying, the only thing you people are here for is the badly written sex. So everything else is just really, really, really sour gravy. So, let's get this bullshit out the way. Hopefully, at this point, I just want to be entertained. Just entertain me with your awfulness, Echo Tokyo. Please. But this isn't over yet. I can still salvage this. Oh, there's no point in hiding it then, I guess. You're right, I'm from the slums. I heard about how you took down an entire gang all by yourself. Keiji tenses, and a dangerous glimmer shines in his eyes. Don't worry, I'm not here to cause you any trouble. I have nothing to do with those guys. Then why are you here? I'm just curious, really. As a fixer, it's always good to have the latest information, and I couldn't pass up a chance to learn more about you. Well, since that's out in the open, will you tell me how you did it? I'd like to become stronger, and I'll take any tips I can get. The dark shadow falls over the man's face. A frightening tingle runs through my body, and all I can do is gulp, frozen to the spot. Neither you nor anyone else wants to go through what I did to become like this. Like what? Echo Tokyo is filled with scum, and I've taken it upon myself to clean its streets. What's that? There are things you and everyone else are better off not knowing. He's not gonna budge on that, is he? Oh well. I'll still push for more information. I see. But can I at least ask how you got out of the slums? I don't think I've ever seen anyone do it successfully. Are you running from something? No, I'm just curious. And we gotta fill up game time, so you know how that goes. If you leak this to anyone, I'll have to kill you. And for the record, I don't make jokes. You're telling me. My lips are sealed. Keiji chuckles under his breath before continuing. I reclaimed it from the dark casino in the slums. You claimed it? Did they steal credits from you or something? They steal from everyone. Perhaps not outrightly so, but they worm their way. Shut up! Shut up, you! Unpayable debts, drugs, human trafficking, you name it, they deal in it. In other words, you're like a modern-day Robin Hood. Yes, a modern-day Robin Hood who stole money to buy a house for himself. I have no idea who that is. Never mind. All in all, I'm not sure if I actually disagree with this guy. Every inch of Echo Tokyo is filled with corruption. It wouldn't be wrong to say the casino has its hand in perpetuating a lot of it nowadays. But I do have to make a living. I can't take pity on everyone I'm tasked with taking down. On the other hand, maybe my mind has been narrow for a while. There may be other options for me to make a living, even to make a difference in this world. Yes! I've had a 2-sentence conversation with an admitted murderer. I must be completely wrong about my life goals that started off with me just banging some random-ass casino owner that he just... Forget it. I'm the one who's got to get through this. No, you're alright. Oh, yeah. I guess you've just given me a lot to think about. Fair enough. If we're good here, I'll be going. My mind is brought back to reality when Keiji flies out of the booth and heads deeper into the club. What should I do now? What do you... Okay, there are a few options here. This life isn't for me. We'll explore maybe at another time. Pin the crime on someone else? Who? Who the hell are you gonna pin it on? Tell the casino about Keiji. No, I want this question answered. Who are you gonna pin it on? Tell me, Shizume. I don't think I can let them kill Keiji. I can't honestly say I wholeheartedly agree with everything he's doing, but I don't exactly entirely disagree either. He's in a private club that he walked to from his own house after stealing a bunch of money. You're an idiot. I rest my arms against the table and bury my face in my hands. In the back of my head, I can already feel the tingling of an oncoming headache. What a fucking mess. If I just cancel the job, it'll be too suspicious. Besides, I still need to eat and pay my rent. There has to be another way out of this. I run my mind so hard that it physically hurts, although that may actually be just a headache. The sound of people loudly enjoying themselves on the dance floor certainly isn't helping me think either, so I decided to head back home for the time being. I can start the case for a few more days if need be. Somehow, some way, I need to find a way to get through this without compromising my own morals. I can't help but laugh at my own thoughts. They sound so ridiculous even inside my mind, and yes, they do. Wow, this Keiji guy's resolve is kind of infectious. If I run into him again, I might turn into a wannabe Robin Hood myself. I walked a longer ride home. Along the way, I take in little sights of some of Echo Tokyo have to offer. By the time I reach the apartment door, I'm unsure if my mind is clearer or messier. Letting my body move on autopilot, I begin to prepare lunch, only half realizing what I'm doing. What would a real goody two-shoes do in my situation? Try to dismantle the evil power from the inside out? Well, that definitely isn't happening. I'm one woman, damn it, not an army. I go to chop at the carrot, nearly turning it into mush. Ugh. My eyes widen with some of the orange slop splatters onto my face. What am I doing? Seriously. I take in a deep breath and focus on calming myself down. It's only in the middle of this that I realize my heart is practically hammering with anxiety. What am I so scared about? In the back of my mind, however, I understand. Whatever I do will directly go against Daedalus Dark and his entire organization. If they find out, it'll be the end of me, whether figuratively or literally. For now, let's just get through lunch, I guess. I do my best to empty my mind, thinking only about the task at hand. I pay particular attention to the sound of the knife breaking through the carrot and tapping against the cutting board. Somehow, it's comforting. The rest of the day passes in a blur. As long as I'm not in danger of accidentally cutting a finger off or drowning myself, I continually think over my dilemma. As I lay in bed, about to fall asleep, a curious idea sprouts into the depths of my mind. If I can hit two birds with one stone, what if I frame that theft on someone else? Before I finish the thought or put any real logic to it, as much of this game was developed, I fall into a deep sleep. Beep, beep, beep. Huh? What the hell, did I accidentally set an alarm while half asleep or something? After rubbing my eyes, I roll up and find I'm receiving an incoming call from Red. Without giving it a second thought, I hit the accept button and sit up. I attempt to straighten my inevitable bedhead, even though no one else can see it. Hello? Good morning, Shizume. Did I wake you up? Yes, actually, but it's no big deal. Oh, really? I'm sorry. Well, let's just get straight to it then. Were those real estate reports I sent you helpful? Yes, they were. You found that guy then? Oh shit, it'll be too suspicious if I say otherwise, won't it? It's time to put my acting skills to the test. Oh god. I have, but I think it's best that you guys handle his capture. What do you mean? I'll head over to the casino with the documents shortly. You'll understand when you see them. Alright, we'll be waiting for you in the lobby. I'll see you then. Line cuts off and nearly hurl from my overload of nerves. Shit. I really got myself stuck in a mess now. I don't have much of a choice now. I have to frame someone, but at the same time, they need to match up the real estate records. I suppose I could forge some false documents though. Maybe create a false fake identity for someone and have it like to purchase the property under that name. That might just work, actually. I still need a target though. It should be someone who really deserves it, but my options are pretty limited to begin with. Damn it. With this, I decided to hop in the shower and ruminate on the issue for a few more minutes. The steaming warmth melt the tension from my body and wash all the stress away, but they don't magically give me the answer I'm searching for. I sit at my desk hoping a new perspective will help me advance my plans. What to do? Ugh. I turn on my HA and take another look through the real estate records, this time from the very beginning without any filters. Lots of generic old guy names, as expected. I pursue the list of names, but nothing in particular stands out. Even Keiji Light's address seems to have been purchased under a fake name, assuming Keiji Light isn't just another alias, of course. Well, that settled it. I'll have to forge some sort of proof. As for a victim, oh, if I can frame someone from the casino itself, want to tie things together nicely, it would explain why I couldn't just capture the target myself and want them to do it themselves. I let him bounce off my seat, clasp my hands together in excitement. Good work, Shizume. The end of this predicament is in sight. You can get through this. With a relaxed sigh, I sit back in my chair and rack my brain, recalling all the employees from the casino I've met. Obviously, red, blue, and dayless are out of the question. Everyone else kind of blends in with the background, though. This is tough. I guess whoever it is should be someone who seems like they wouldn't think twice about betraying them either. Maybe someone a little dumber than average. That's it. Are you gonna frame yourself? Satisfied with the evidence I forged and the story I've weaved, I begin to walk to the dark casino. Feeling the uncertainty float within my stomach, but I try to fight them off with courage and hope. Yes, I'm lying to a gang lord for some asshole I met 5 seconds ago. If we ever run into each other again, KG, you better thank me. I'm going through an awful lot of trouble for a stranger like you. It's almost like none of the storyline makes sense. Almost as soon as I step into the lobby, a rush of long red hair flows towards me. So you're finally here, Shizume. Hello. I'm sorry, were you waiting long? A little. You made it sound kind of urgent on the call, so I expected that you would have arrived a few hours ago. I guess I did lose track of time while putting the report together. Again, I'm sorry. Oh, no harm, no foul. Yet anyway. Haha. I think we'll both be fine, luckily. Before Ray can respond, a sound of loud, angry stopping approaches us. We had better be. I swear, if you put us in any kind of trouble because you were slacking off. Calm down, sis. I'm sure Shizume is smart enough to understand the repercussions of failing a job, right? Of course. Now then, why don't we sit and discuss the details of the theft? Why do we need to sit? Just hand over your data. Trust me on this one. You'll want to go over it together. Stop wasting our time already. Now, let's hear her out before we make any harsh judgments. I ushered the woman over to her table for retrieving the data chip and handing it to Red, who quickly plugs it into her HDA. I hope you won't be too shocked, but the thief is actually someone who works in here. Over the woman's mouth drop. Blue seems especially taken aback, shaking her head. Take your shitty jokes with someone who cares. Unfortunately, this isn't a joke. The culprit is Haichi. Haichi? Haichi. I haven't even spoken to him once myself. Thankfully, that fact only plays in my favor and lends credence to my claim. After all, how can I frame someone I don't even know about? A few times, while I was leaving the casino after meeting with Dayless Dark, I heard Haichi having a loud conversation with someone or other. In short, he doesn't seem like a very intelligent person, since he's constantly getting pissed drunk on the job, so we're just gonna frame a random idiot. Please, continue. I'm sorry, I'm interrupting you with logic. I recall seeing him at the first time I visited the casino, but I didn't immediately realize he worked here. Thankfully, having an entire crowd chant your name makes you fairly memorable, an incident I'm now grateful I walked into. When I was investigating the slum, I learned something interesting. A single man took out an entire small gang on his own. A dozen men. What's that got to do with anything? Well, there was only one eyewitness, and he told me that the culprit went missing for a day or two after the incident. The witness speculated that the murderer was trying to flee the slums to stop himself from getting caught up with any grieving family members or friends. The timeline also happens to match up with the robberies. It still doesn't prove it's Haichi, you fool. No, but that's not all. Ray can corroborate the next part. I asked her to send me recent real estate sales records from around the time the incident took place. I was able to narrow the points of interest down and individually confirm the resident. Imagine my shock when I managed to follow him all the way back to the entrance of the casino. That's also when I realized who he was. Wow, I can hardly believe it. Red rubs her face before swiftly sifting through the files I delivered. Slowly her expression grows grimmer and grimmer. Well, the data certainly supports what you're saying. It seems like the property you followed him from was purchased under a fake name. I see. The fool must have been waiting until the news blew over before he ran away. He never thought we'd catch him if he didn't give us a reason to suspect him. Sis, can you start the preparations for us? Doesn't look like I have any choice. I want it. Blue suddenly leaps from her seat and heads towards the elevator. Meanwhile, Red smiles kindly to me, although there's a certain darkness cast over her face. Thank you, Shizume. I'm sincerely glad you were able to drown out that rat for us. You're welcome. I'll send you the reward after you clean up the mess. Why don't you come along and see the results of your hard work? The poison bubbling in the redhead's voice sends a chill down my spine. For some reason, I don't feel like I can refuse her offer. Alright, I'm following you. As she stands up from the table, her eyes suddenly pinpoint Haichi, who's lazing around across the casino. Hey Haichi, you have a job. Come upstairs with us. Oh god, I can already see where this is going. Man waves goodbye to the patrons who he was speaking with as Red leads me over to the elevator with a fake cheerfulness. The door closes behind Haichi the moment he steps aside, as if symbolizing what's to come. Really? This random asshole? Oh my god, this game. What's the work? The boss wants to tell you the details himself. Oh, okay. By the way, who's this? Haichi stares at me with confusion. My face drops a little, but I try not to let it show on my face. Don't mind her. Shizume just come with us to collect payment for her last job. Shizume, a pretty name for a pretty girl. Something happier would suit you better, though. She never say anything. I just laugh awkwardly. When we finally arrive at Daedalus' office, I practically trip over my own feet while rushing out. The man himself helps me to steady me, shooting a small smile as he does so. Careful now. A single mistake is all it takes to end one's life. So, question here. I'm just tossing this out. Wouldn't there have been a video in this casino to show who was coming in and out, or some sort of clock in, clock out data to confirm whether it's Haichi? Why are we solely focusing on what Shizume says? Whatever. And why is she the good person in the situation? I'll keep that in mind. Talk about foreboding. As I regained my balance, I noticed that Blue is sitting atop the work desk in the background, frustratedly tapping a finger against the wood. Well, I'm here. What's the job, boss? Ah, Haichi. A good question. Without a hint of hesitation, the man pulls a gun out of his jacket and points it straight at Haichi's forehead, barely a foot between him and the barrel of the weapon. What are... And he shoots him in the back? What? Wait, no. Hold on, we're going... Wait. Yeah, okay, first I have sound... It just doesn't have a sound effect for that. Okay, without hesitation, barely a foot between him and his forehead, which means they're facing each other, barely a foot between him and the barrel of the weapon. And he shoots him in the back. Because the exit wound... The blood pooling under him says that the exit wound was on the other side. And this isn't even... You know what? Whatever. We already know they're reusing CGs. This is just lazy. Blood and blame matter spread across the room. No, it didn't. He was shot in the chest. The only one who seems to get away with being covered without being covered in goop is Blue. It takes all my will not to scream and begin hurling on the spot, but the loud ringing in my ears is surprisingly thankful distraction. Is a surprisingly thankful distraction from the disgust. Ugh, the smell. Ha ha ha! We solved all of our problems! Daedalus retrieves a handkerchief from around another pocket and hands it to me. Oh, this probably isn't his intention. I press it to my nose in hopes of drowning out the scent of gore. Blue told me about your investigation. Fantastic work, Shizume. Sure. Red puts a hand on my shoulder, beat me. Oh, don't worry. You'll get used to the smell before long. Indeed, with this, I think we have confirmed that you are exactly the sort of help we need around here. Someone who can ensure the weeds are cleared out. Come here, Blue. We are welcoming Shizume to the Dark Casino family. Alright, I guess she might deserve a little praise. Oh, thank you, Dark. Here's her long, fruitful relationship. How in the world did I end up back here? If anyone from the casino catches me, it'll be suspicious as hell. Even with those worries in my mind, I wander up to the counter and sit at the bar. The bartender approaches me without being called over and give me a slight smile. What can I get you, miss? You can just put 2 beers on my tab, same brand as usual. A familiar face takes the stool next to mine. I peek at him out of the corner of my eye as the bartender places a drink in front of me. Thanks, stranger. Oh, so you weren't looking for me then? I don't go out of my way to find trouble. Of course you don't, Miss Shizume Misaki. You looked into me. How long have you known? Long enough. I would have had to have been pretty dumb to fall for that little story of yours last time. I mean, that's sort of the name of the game around here. You may be right. I pop the cap off my drink to take a sip. The smooth, warm liquid falls down my throat like a proper bottle of piss. Delicious, don't you think? I hate it, but thanks anyway. As Keiji breaks open his own beer, we fall into brief silence. I took care of it, you know. I pinned it on someone else. Someone who deserves to be taken out. Based on what? You have shown us nothing, game! I had a feeling. I don't think I'll be dismantling any systems anytime soon, but I'll do what I can to clean up the streets. This is the path I've chosen to walk. Shut up! If your employers find out, it'll be the end of you. And I'll accept whatever happens to me because of it. I want to thank you for opening my eyes. From now on, I want to live a life I can be proud of. I won't be able to get by without ever lying or cheating, but I can at least work for the better good when the opportunity presents itself. Every small act adds up to something greater. I honestly hope you're right. Well then, I sighed as I suit off the. I'm sorry, I was stumbling over my English there for like 5 seconds because my mind is still rattling over the stupidity. When did this start? However, before I can take so much of the step, KG tugs me closer by the chin and presses his lips to mine. The shock of the soft, warm sensation sends a pleasant shiver down my spine. The mood overtakes me and I reciprocate the kiss. Before long, KG pulls away, but I can't deny the intense feeling of lust. A carving. That's not craving, that is carving. A carving for more, bubbling up inside me. Pushing the craving down, I take a few steps backwards. I better get going. I don't get far before I feel a slight tug at my sleeve, however. Or we can dish this joint together. Damn, this guy can read me like an open book, can he? I wordlessly nod my head in the direction of the door, and KG follows me out of the bar. We stop in an alleyway just outside the building in the supposed clean area of town, but again, they're recycling stuff. I don't waste any time, so I have my arms around his shoulders and hungrily feasting on his lips the second I don't think we'll be caught. He meets my actions with equal intensity, his teeth occasionally dragging along my bottom lip or tongue. The mixture of pain, pleasure, and risk of our location already has me teetering on the edge, even without any stimulation to my womanhood. I can't believe how wet this is getting me. I should do this kind of thing more often. Yes, let's frame innocent people more often. I move a hand to the nape of KG's neck and carefully but firmly drag my nails against his bare skin, causing him to rise and gasp under my grip. Then, in the midst of kissing, I begin to remove his shirt. He does the same from me, even of stripping each other down to our underwear in this dirty-ass alley. The breeze is cold against my exposed skin, but an immediate solution comes to mind. I pull KG alongside me, backing up against the wall and closing the distance between our bodies. As we kiss and grope at each other, our movements growing more and more desperate as our lust ramps up. We keep one another warm. I take a moment to grasp KG's chiseled chest, dragging my fingers along the many scars that line his skin. I can't help but be intrigued by them. I wonder what he's gone through to get so many injuries. It must have been awful. But the task at hand has me too preoccupied to even consider asking him about it. Strings of saliva threatening to dribble down my chin and neck. I bring my hand lower once more, stopping at his hips to teasingly slip a few fingers into the band of his boxers, slightly bobbling them up and down. As a memory of my actions, the man slips one hand under my baby doll and lightly brushes his knuckle against my crotch. The careful touch sends a pleasant shiver down my spine when he makes contact with my clit. Yes, we're back to more bad sex noises. My restraint is swiftly crumbling against the stimulation. I can already feel the pulsating need to be filled between my legs growing. I progress things by pressing my hand against the front of KG's boxers, ensuring he's at full master memorizing his size with my palm. All of a sudden, he grabs my wrists and pins them near my head. He breaks free from my lips, instead kissing and nibbling at the side of my neck. With the other arm, he holds one of my legs up into the air and presses his crotch against mine. He deliberately rubs against me, the tip of his manhood, teasing my butt in the best way. Wait, what? Okay, fine. I created a sensation more and more, bouncing my own hips to the rhythm he has going. It doesn't take long before I can feel the telltale spasming begin inside of me. I come so hard that I nearly lose my balance mid orgasm. I can't resist the pleasure of having all of my weak spots teased and preferences met. In fact, it's no exaggeration to say this is my best orgasm yet. Okay, we're still within the realms of YouTube censorship, so I think we're good. While I'm still in the daze, KG removes the remaining clothes from the both of us. The mere sensation of my panties tickling my clit as they slip off feels amazing. Still sensitive from coming. Oh, I should probably. My mind becomes a little less foggy and I regain the presence of mind to properly angle myself against the wall. KG wastes no time in grabbing me by the ass and effortlessly holds me into the air. The tip of his cock presses against my entrance with a sweet, tempting pressure. He draws me a few inches straight onto his erect manhood. The sudden feeling of my insides being spread Spread takes a few seconds to get used to, but it quickly turns to pleasure. You're so tight and wet. Don't say that out loud. God. As if teasing me, Keiji begins lifting and dropping me along his length, eventually pumping his hips to the rhythm. Hey. My mind is going blank from all the combined sensations. Even the fact it's harder to breathe while being pushed and pulled around like this is contributing to the feeling. This kind of makes me feel like a masturbation sleeve, but it's arousing in a strange way, being used like this. Keiji breathing grows rough and I feel his muscles starting to tense. At the same time, I'm seconds away from having my second orgasm. The timing is also too perfect. He pumps against me a few more times ahead of his dick pressing against my G-spot at the perfect angle. The two of us are push over the edge simultaneously, his popcorn pouring inside of my spasming vagina. Carefully, God, it just doesn't get any better. Keiji carefully holds me back to the ground and we take a moment to just catch our breath before getting dressed. Despite practically being strangers, I don't feel awkward whatsoever in the aftermath. Well, until next time, Shizume. Yeah, see you around, Keiji. I watch the man disappear into the streets. I'm a little sad to see him go, but I get the feeling there'll be plenty more opportunities to run into each other in the future, so I just smile. Holy God, that was stupid. That was bad. Just completely nonsensical. No effort at all. Let's just throw all the bad things out the wall as we can and hope for the best. And that last, just one more twist of the knife, one more bad sex scene. What we're going to do here is I'm going to, in the next video, I will play the other half of that equation, the other half of that question, and see what happens if we try to turn Keiji over to Dark. And then I'm going to sit down and really think if I want to do any more routes in this game. If you're watching along, you can comment. I would love to know if you want me to do, because I know there's another route outside of this one. If you want to see that route, let me know. I will give that some thought. But it's not going to get any better than this, I can tell you that. Leave a like if you've enjoyed the series so far, and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. VNsNow.com. That's VNsNow.com. For the record, in this part of the video, you'll see a suggested video for the series I did on the Chromatos demo. Please watch that. That's actually a good visual novel. And you'll also see uploads of the archives I did of the Walkerman Act 2 release recently. So Walkerman Act 2 Her Chaser Girl. That's also good. I don't know why I expected to just be entertained by this. But we're going to continue. There's going to be at least one more part, and we'll go from there. I mean, it can't possibly get any worse, right?